Well, hello and welcome to another episode of Kuma's Kitchen. A little something to ward off the chill, because this morning when I got up, it was 2 degrees Celsius. Now, for those of you still living in Fahrenheit land, that's just about freezing. And it's really chilly because there's also, on top of that, there was a strong wind today. That really made it cold. And this wind coming straight off the ocean. Now, if you know, Osaka is right on the ocean, so the wind's coming off the ocean, and they can really chill you. So, making something a little warm today, I decided to make what I'm calling, and you like alliterations, you're going to love this, chicken cheddar chowder. Say that a few times. Just sounds cool, doesn't it? All right, so chicken cheddar chowder. Look at that. All right, I got to interrupt here because I just realized as I started editing this video that I made a very similar recipe last winter. Which just goes to show that this is a very good winter recipe. It will warm you up. In fact, I had leftovers today for lunch, reheated them. Even better when you go have them for leftovers. It just gets even thicker and more hearty and delicious. So, this recipe is a little bit different than the one that came out last winter. A couple little changes. Try them both. See which one you like the most. Now, back to our scheduled episode. That is going to warm me up tonight. Warm me and Reiko up and just ward off that chill. Yeah. Oh man, that was good. Made a whole big pot of it here. There's enough in there for an army, not just the two of us, so I guess we'll be eating that for a couple of days. Anyways, let's go in the kitchen and make this right now. Alright, so here's our ingredients. Well, across the front, I've got a half teaspoon of salt and 1 teaspoon of pepper. Then, pepper. That sounds strange, doesn't it? Okay, 1 teaspoon of pepper. A 1/4 cup of butter. And I've cut that into 4 pieces just because it's going to melt faster that way. 1/4 cup of flour. Then over here I've got 1 onion chopped up. I've got 1 red bell pepper. I've chopped it finely just so it gets spread out throughout. Just a little red flavor here, coloring everywhere basically. A little flavor. Cheese. I've got here 5 ounces or 140 grams of cheddar cheese, grated. Across the back here, the chicken, I've got 1 pound or 450 grams of chicken. I've got 1.5 pounds or 680 grams of potatoes. And just the chicken and the potatoes are both cut up into small bite-sized pieces. Now, that potato, most of it, actually, there's one other potato from a different variety in there, but something you see here a lot in Japan, it's called May Queen. I quite like the May Queen potatoes. They're very nice. So usually find them in the supermarket here. Good to go. All right, across the back, the liquids. Well, what we've got here, I've got 4 cups of chicken stock and 3/4 cup of heavy cream. That's 35% plus cream. I'm just going to move those to the side because they're kind of getting in my way. Let's put them over there for right now. All right, so first thing I want to do, I've got the big cast iron pot. I could use the other one, that I really like, the one I was given, but I don't know, somehow the chowder just looks like it belongs in that cast iron pot. So, gonna bring that up. Medium heat. And then, first thing I'm gonna do, get the butter in there. So we get the 4 tablespoons or 1 cup of butter. And just kind of skate them around a bit and speed up that melting. That butter's basically melted, so in goes the onion. I'm just going to cook that onion for about 5 to 6 minutes. I just want to get it softened up a bit, get it started, and then we're going to get the chicken and some spices in there. All right, see you back here in 5 to 6 minutes. All right, those onions are softened up a bit. That's perfect. What I do now is I want to throw the chicken in there. Okay, and spread around that salt, pepper. Put that in there. All right. Now, stir it out, get the whole mixture out. Gonna cook this, still a medium heat, I'm gonna go for about 8-10 minutes. Get that chicken started. Alright, see you back here shortly. Alright, that chicken's looking good. A little bit of browning happening in some places there, that's great. Doesn't have to be a lot of browning, just get it started a bit. Alright, what I do now is I want to add in the potatoes. Potatoes and the red bell pepper. Look at that, that's going to add some nice color in there, isn't it? Alright, mix that in. Cook that about 5-6 more minutes. I'll see you back then. We're going to add in the flour and then the broth. So, 5-6 minutes just to get that going. See you back then. Alright, got that started. So what I'm going to do now, notice that's all mixed up nicely. Yeah, that's what we want. Now that flour. So I'm going to sprinkle the flour on there. Quickly mix that in and just kind of cook that for about a minute. Just again, we're just getting the rawness off it. About a minute, and we'll be right back. Alright, so that's a minute up, looking good. Now, gonna add the chicken broth, chicken stock. Oh, that's gonna be perfect. Alright. Notice I've also got a little water on hand in case I need it. As it's cooking along, we're gonna cook this now for 20 minutes. Probably not gonna need it, but it's always good to be ready if you need more liquid. I think we're gonna be just right though. You can never tell for sure, you know, liquid coming out of potatoes, things like that, whatever. Now, you know, how much is absorbed. So it's good to have a little on hand. And there we go. All right, I'm gonna bring that up to a simmer. And then put the cover on it. And simmer that for about 20 minutes. I'll see you back then. Alright, that's been cooking away for about 10 minutes, just simmering away. It's getting nice and creamy now. It's not, you see that? It's not super thick yet, but it's creaming up a little bit. That's exactly what you want to see. And now, what I want to do here, a little trick. We're just going to slightly mash some of the potatoes. I'm not going to mash them all right now, just crush some of it. And that's going to add a bit more body to the soup. So I just go down through here. Of course, you can't crush the chicken, so it's just going to give a slight mashing to some of the potatoes. So just go around like this. Some of them are going to stay whole, that's fine. You're just adding to the texture of this fantastic chowder. Whoops, and there we go. Making a mess. That's good. All right, that's good like that. Yeah, a couple coming up there still nice and whole, so that's perfect. All right, now, now what I want to do is add the cheese. Ooh, a little piece of potato. All right, so now I'm going to mix the cheese in there, and that's going to really thicken things up. It's absolutely going to be a perfect heavy soup. Really good for winter. All right, stir that in until it melts. Okay, we can take that off heat now. Just kind of keep stirring it around. That cheese is going to get in there. Oh, you can just see as I pull it through there that, yeah, there's a bit of body happening there. Okay, that is looking good. Cheese is all melted. Let's get some of that into a bowl. So, nice little chowder bowl here. it's a chowder bowl, but just to me it says this would be good for chowder. Go down inside there, grab some of that, spoon it in. You see some of them whole pieces of potato, some slightly crushed pieces of potato. Absolutely perfect. That's going to be really nice. Piece of chicken in there. See how that red bell pepper is just adding that color there? Okay, let's have a little taste of that. It's going to be hot. Yeah. That's a good chowder for a winter's night. Very good, very good. All right. Got to make that. All right. So if you like this recipe, stick around, check out more of the recipes here. They're all original Kevin Riley recipes here on the Kuma's Kitchen channel. Also, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any. They keep popping up and you'll see more of them because, hey, you never know what's going to come up next. Now, go. Make this and make cooking fun again with Kuma's Kitchen.